Hi guys. Quick video, I guess, on compounding, in case anyone's doing some of this stuff. We like to use the hawks to put the compound on, and we typically use a 6-inch knife to put the paper on, and then second, third coat the corners. So we do have some wide knives when we got to spin over some bigger areas. Sometimes it's easier with that, but what we do is when we go to do our seams, we use a second coat trowel. You know, guys like using the wide knife for that. We use the trowel for the second, and you can see that it has like a curve there, and that fills in. You just keep the center of the trowel on the center of the tape, and it makes a nice fill at the tape. So you're covering the tape, and then you come back with your third. You can just skim either side of that one that you had put down for your second. And that keeps you from sanding through the compound. Anyways, so you know, the last video we were showing you how we went around the room and we did one side of the corner first. We did the wall first, and now we just did the ceiling. So we just did the second side of the corner on the ceiling, and now we're gonna come down and do the walls. But you can see that it gets a little bit on the other side. You just scrape that off. So anyways, one thing we always try to do is have extra light when we're doing this. So it's better to have more light when you're doing this type of work than that's going to be in the space when the space is completed, because you can see a lot more when you have good lighting. So, and it's always nice to work in the daytime with this stuff if you can. I know sometimes we can't always get everything done in the daylight, but better to do it when the daylight's out so you can see a lot more things. So, but what we've been using is this stuff by USG. It's called Plus 3, and it's nice. It's not fluffy like the ultra lightweight stuff is like compounding with marshmallow. This stuff has a nice consistency to it, and it stays on your tools. It don't fall all over the place. You can see only a little bit's falling here and there. But yeah, we like to keep it mixed, and I keep the plastic in there because what happens is if you don't use the whole pail in one day, which is about what I use is a pail a day, that it doesn't, the air, when you put the cover on, it keeps the moisture in the compound. And then we always mix it good, and this is the mixing bit, just on a drill, just get in there and mix it up. Eh? We like to clean the tools with the Scotch-Brite too. That cleans the tools nice. It's easy, and it takes the cleaning, because we clean the tools constantly while we're working. Sometimes you take a break, or you work for quite a while, it gets some buildup on that. Anyways, I can do one joint and show you the second side of the corner. So like I was saying, I don't try to load up the hawk, because the more stuff you have on this hawk, it's just heavier. And hey, I only put as much as I need for where I'm working, so that's enough to do one side of a corner. And then I don't know, I get in this habit where I just keep putting the plastic back on there. I just drape it and drop it, see? Keeps the air. I don't know, put that on tight, just like that. Anyways, let me do one of these corners, you can see it. Yeah, I use a ladder on the corners, and when I'm doing the long horizontals, I'm using the 6-foot staging. So, but to get in the corner, like right here. Another thing you notice, you see this wire? This is for a speaker. And we're the ones that put it in there. So we decided where we were gonna put it, and guess what? We didn't put it in where the trowel was gonna be. So we know we use a 6-inch trowel. We kept this thing away from where we're gonna be putting our trowel, because the last thing you wanna do is start coming down here and then you're in, look. So we put it out of the way of our trowel. Speaker wire, anyways, to punch through like that. We try to keep them out of the way of our compounding tool. So as I load it, I'm loading this side of the tool because that side of the tool is going up against this side of the wall. And so when I first put it on there, hey man, I'm just getting it on there. I'm just getting on there with thickness. I'm not trying to be fussy and fancy to kind of get it smooth or whatever. It's going on heavy. And what's important is to get it to cover the paper. And another thing that's important is get it to be the width of the tool. You don't want a little area of compound. Spread it out the width of the tool. So now I'm working on the ladder. I'm gonna go down to a height where I can get at that from the ground. Because after this, I'm gonna be working off the ground. So now there's enough on there. And you can clean this edge first if you want it. You want to flare it down to nothing, or if you want to, but I just come in here now and I'll just smooth this down. I'm not dragging it out, I'm just smoothing it out. And I'll just see how I did as far as smoothness and if it filled. And sometimes you gotta go over it twice, but that's it. It's done. Now, like I was saying before, I bend the tool, because this is a flexible 6-inch. I'll bend the tool and just take the edge away. Yeah. And you can go this way too if you want to. You come at the very edge, you can take the edge off like that if you want to. That's it. Now, let me keep going. I'll do the whole joint for you. I mean, it's a Saturday and I'm just trying to get a little extra done. This is a lot of work to do this type of stuff. You're doing this stuff, don't get yourself overwhelmed on how much there is to do. The more you get done today is less you have to do tomorrow. So just do it a little bit at a time if that's what it takes. And now see, I'm gonna fill back in heavy. See, I'm not being fussy with it. I'm just getting it on there. Just starting, stopping, making sure that it's into the corner. Okay? And I'll see how much I have left. That was enough to do that corner. I'm not playing with extra weight. And I'm not making a big, now see, I'll load this side of the knife now because I'm going to be pulling up, coming from the bottom. Okay? And I can even wiggle it over there if I want to get right into the corner. Okay? Pull it up. I could leave it at that, but I want to make sure I have my width of my trowel, at least with some compound. There. Now see, I scraped it too much by accident. You don't want to see the paper. You want to cover the paper on the second coat, because when you go to sand, the last thing you want to be doing, see this paper exposed there. Cover it up. That's what you're trying to do. Now I'll try to smooth it down. You want to cover it. You don't want to scrape it off, because then, gapers, what are you doing? You're putting it on. You're not taking it off. You go to sand, you're going to sand your paper. So just lightly come on. And that's good. Like I said, if you want to go this way, you can just take that edge off like that if you want. But I just bend my trowel and flare it at the edge. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, if you get a little bit on this side, you can just clean it off. Anyways, we laid our sheets down and stacked our sheets, because this, from this heat niche to the ceiling was roughly 8 feet, so it worked out nice. We do all our corners, and then when that sets up, we'll come and do our seams. It's just a little easier to jump onto a seam that's already been done up against the wall. You don't have to go right into the wall. You can start out a little ways, you do your seam. Anyways, that's it, guys. Just sharing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, extra stuff. All right, we'll share more as we make more more things. If we think we could share some stuff, we will. But see, that's all that's left. And then you get it nice and scraped so you're not it's not drying. Always work it. And it's nice to move it around a little bit. It stays, that's it, guys. Till the next one.